I stood in the glittering ballroom of the luxury hotel in Gangnam, my heart pounding as Ji-hoon, the cold CEO heir to the Park chaebol empire, approached me with that signature ruthless glare. We'd been secretly dating for months, stolen nights in his penthouse overlooking the Han River, where his icy facade melted just for me. But tonight, at his family's gala, everything shattered. His evil-arranged fiancée, Min-ji, slinked up beside him, her diamond necklace sparkling like venom. She whispered something in his ear, and he turned to me, his voice cutting through the crowd like a blade. "Aisha, this was all a game. You're nothing but a distraction." The room gasped as he publicly humiliated me, revealing our affair as a bet with his friends. Laughter echoed from the elite guests, their eyes judging my black skin against their perfect Korean poise. I felt the betrayal stab deep, my dreams of us crumbling. Tears burned my eyes, but I held my head high, refusing to break in front of them. As I turned to leave, Min-ji's smirk followed me, her hand possessively on his arm. The night air hit me outside, cold and unforgiving, mirroring his heart. How could I have fallen for his lies? Driving away in a cab, the city lights blurring through my tears, I replayed every moment. From our first meet in Itaewon, where his luxury car pulled up and he offered me a ride, to the boardroom lunches where he'd sneak kisses. Now it was all exposed as cruelty. My phone buzzed with messages from friends who'd seen the viral clip, his words spreading like wildfire on social media. I arrived at my small apartment in Seoul, collapsing on the bed, sobs racking my body. But amid the pain, a fire ignited. I wouldn't let this destroy me. Wiping my face, I stared at the mirror, my strong features reminding me of my African-American roots, resilient, unbreakable. Yet as the clock struck midnight, doubt crept in. Was this really the end? Just then my phone rang, his number flashing. My heart stopped. Why was he calling now? I ignored the call, my fingers trembling as I silenced the phone. But it rang again, insistent like his demands in the boardroom. Finally, I answered, my voice steady despite the storm inside. "What do you want, Ji-hoon?" His tone was clipped, emotionless. "Come back to the hotel. We need to talk." Foolishly, I went, hailing a cab to the opulent suite where we'd shared so many secrets. He opened the door, his tailored suit rumpled, eyes dark. But Min-ji was there too, lounging on the silk couch with a triumphant grin. "You're fired," he said flatly, and evicted from the company apartment. It hit like a slap. He'd provided my home as part of my job at his firm. Min-ji laughed. "Foreign trash doesn't belong in our world." I lunged forward, but security dragged me out, my belongings already packed in boxes by the door. Thrown into the rainy street, I stood drenched, watching his luxury car speed away with her inside. The humiliation burned hotter than before. How dare he discard me like garbage? Gathering my soaked boxes, I wandered to the Han River, tears mixing with rain as I sat on the bench, the city skyline mocking my broken dreams. Memories flooded. Our walks here, his rare smiles. But now, betrayal poisoned them. A kind stranger offered shelter, but I refused, my pride intact. Checking into a cheap motel in Itaewon, I unpacked, finding a forgotten necklace he'd given me, a symbol of lies. I hurled it against the wall, shattering. Exhaustion claimed me, but sleep brought nightmares of his cold face. Morning came with a knock, eviction notice from his lawyers. I had nowhere to go. Packing again, I vowed revenge. But as I stepped out, a letter arrived, sealed with an unfamiliar crest. My hands shook opening it. It was from a lawyer in New York. "Dear Aisha, your late grandmother's will has been executed. You're heir to a fortune." My world tilted. Was this real? The letter trembled in my grip as I read on, the motel's dim light casting shadows. My grandmother, whom I'd barely known, had left me a massive inheritance, stocks, properties, and a secret bloodline tying me to African royalty through her hidden lineage. But the twist hit harder. A doctor's note tucked inside, from a checkup I'd forgotten. I was pregnant. Ji-hoon's child. Shock froze me. How could this be? Our last night together, passionate in his Gangnam penthouse, now carried consequences he couldn't ignore. I clutched my stomach, a mix of fear and fierce protectiveness surging. This baby changed everything. No longer just heartbroken, I was a mother-to-be, armed with wealth I never dreamed of. But secrecy was key. I couldn't let him know yet. Dialing the lawyer, I confirmed it all. Billions in assets, including shares in international firms rivaling his chaebol. Transferring funds, I booked a flight out of Seoul, but fate intervened. At the airport, Minji's face flashed on a billboard, announcing her engagement to Ji-hoon. Rage boiled. I canceled the ticket, deciding to stay and build my empire here. Renting a luxury apartment in Gangnam, I hired advisors, my pregnancy a secret fuel. Months passed in seclusion, my belly growing as I plotted. One night, walking the Han River, tears fell again, but this time with resolve. I wouldn't run. I'd rise. Attending a will reading via video, the lawyer revealed more. My bloodline included ties to Korean investors through my grandmother's secret marriage. Hybrid heritage. Perfect for revenge. As the call ended, my phone buzzed. Ji-hoon's number. Again. Aisha, where are you? His voice cracked slightly. Did he regret? But I hung up, smirking through tears. He had no idea what was coming. Back in Seoul after strategic months away, I stepped out of my new luxury car, a sleek black Mercedes I'd bought with my inheritance, into the bustling streets of Gangnam. Transformed, my wardrobe screamed power. Designer suits tailored to my curves, my natural curls styled fiercely. I'd built a rival company, leveraging my shares to poach clients from Ji-hoon's empire. Whispers spread, the mysterious black mogul shaking the chaebol world. At a high society event in a luxury hotel, I made my entrance, heads turning. Ji-hoon was there, arm in arm with Minji, but his eyes locked on me, widening in shock. Aisha, he murmured, stepping forward. I smiled coldly. Missed me? Revealing nothing of the pregnancy, now hidden under empire waist dresses, I networked, sealing deals that undercut his. Minji glared, her evil whispers failing against my newfound status. Later, in Itaewon, I sipped cocktails at a rooftop bar, the night alive with music. Ji-hoon appeared, alone, his ruthless facade cracking. How did you? I cut him off. Secrets, Ji-hoon. Like the ones you kept. Tension simmered as we talked, his jealousy evident when a handsome investor flirted with me. He pulled me aside, his hand on my arm sparking old flames. But I yanked away. You threw me out, remember? Driving home to my penthouse, I felt the baby kick, a reminder of stakes. The next day, boardroom invites arrived, his company's emergency meeting. I attended as a shareholder, thanks to my inheritance's hidden stakes. Faces paled as I entered. Ji-hoon stared, conflicted. As discussions heated, I proposed changes that threatened his control. The vote loomed, but as it ended, he cornered me in the hall. We need to talk. Privately. His eyes burned with unspoken desire. What did he want now? In the dimly lit hallway outside the boardroom, Ji-hoon's grip on my wrist was firm, his cold eyes searching mine for cracks. You've changed, he said, voice low. I pulled away, my heart racing despite my resolve. You made me. Back in my penthouse, I paced, the city lights mocking my turmoil. Slow burn tension built as our paths crossed at events, him watching me from afar, jealousy flaring when suitors approached. Minji noticed, her evil schemes escalating. Anonymous leaks about my questionable background. But my inheritance shielded me, lawyers countering every move. One night in Itaewon, I danced freely, laughter echoing, until he appeared, pulling me into a quiet corner. "Stop this game," he demanded. I laughed bitterly. "You started it." Days blurred into charged encounters. At a family mansion gala, his family's opulent estate, I arrived uninvited. My presence a statement. Minji slapped me in the powder room, hissing, "Stay away from him." I didn't flinch, wiping the sting. Or what? Emerging, I found Ji-hoon waiting, his face thunderous. He dragged me to the garden, the Han River visible in the distance. "Why are you torturing me?" Jealousy dripped from his words as he admitted seeing me with others drove him mad. I teased, "Good. Feel what I felt." But his proximity ignited sparks, our breaths mingling. I fled to my car, heart pounding. Home alone, the baby moved, grounding me. Yet sleep evaded, memories of his touch haunting. Morning brought a delivery, flowers from him, with a note. "Meet me tonight." Temptation warred with revenge. As rain began to fall, I wondered if I'd go. The rain pattered against my penthouse windows as I debated, the note crumpled in my hand. Slow burn jealousy festered in Ji-hoon too, reports of him snapping at Minji, canceling appearances. I went to the meeting spot, a quiet cafe overlooking the Han River. He was there, soaked, his luxury car parked haphazardly. "Aisha, I can't stop thinking about you." His confession hung heavy, but I held back. Too late. We argued, tension crackling like lightning. He admitted the betrayal was pressure from his family, Minji's threats. But excuses rang hollow. As we parted, his eyes pleaded, jealousy evident when my phone buzzed with a client's call. Weeks intensified the dance. In boardrooms, our stares clashed, my proposals chipping at his empire. Minji ambushed me at a luxury hotel luncheon, spilling wine on my dress accidentally. I smiled sweetly. "Petty suits you." Ji-hoon witnessed, pulling her away, his fury aimed at her for once. Later, in Itaewon streets, he found me walking, yanking me into his car. "You're driving me insane." Jealous rants followed, accusations of me flirting to spite him. I countered, "You humiliated me publicly." Silence fell, charged with unspoken desire. Dropping me home, he lingered, rain starting again. Inside, I touched my belly, the secret weighing. Dreams that night were feverish, his face everywhere. Waking to his text, "I need you." But pride held. As storms brewed outside, mirroring my heart, I sensed a breaking point nearing. The rainy confrontation came unbidden, thunder rumbling over Seoul as I walked the Han River path, seeking solace. Tears streamed, mixing with downpour, memories of our past happiness here twisting the knife. Suddenly, Ji-hoon appeared, drenched, his face etched with desperation. "Aisha, stop running." I whirled, anger surging. "You destroyed me." We shouted over the storm, accusations flying, his betrayal, my secrets. He grabbed my arms, pulling me close. I was wrong. Minji forced my hand with family threats. Lightning flashed as I pushed him. Lies. But his eyes held truth, cracking my walls. The argument peaked under a bridge, rain pounding like our hearts. I revealed fragments, my inheritance, the power I'd built. He stared, awed and jealous. "You've become unstoppable." Tension shifted, his hand cupping my face, wiping tears. "I love you," he whispered, voice breaking. But I stepped back. "Prove it." As thunder boomed, he kissed my forehead, promising to end things with Minji. Doubt lingered, but the electricity between us sparked hope. Walking away, soaked and shaken, I glanced back. He stood watching, vulnerable. Home in my penthouse, I dried off, the baby kicking wildly. His call came late. "It's over with her." My heart soared, but caution whispered. What if this was another game? As rain lulled me to sleep, I dreamed of reconciliation, or ruin. The passionate confession unfolded in his family mansion, the opulent halls echoing our footsteps as he led me inside after his call. "Minji's gone," he said, voice raw. We argued again, slow-burn emotions boiling over. Then, in the grand library, he dropped to his knees. "Aisha, I was a fool. Your strength captivates me." Tears fell as he confessed everything, the arranged engagement a cage, my humiliation a mistake born of fear. I hesitated, but his eyes, once cold, now burned with love. Pulling him up, I whispered, "Show me." Our lips met in a searing kiss, passionate and desperate, bodies pressing in the dim light. The kiss deepened, hands exploring as if reclaiming lost time. We tumbled to the couch, rain still falling outside, mirroring our release. Whispers of "I love you" filled the air, his ruthless facade shattered. But midway, I pulled back, revealing my pregnancy. His eyes widened, joy and regret mixing. Our child. He touched my belly reverently, vowing protection. We kissed again, slower, sealing promises. As dawn broke, tangled in sheets, reality intruded. Minji's threats lingered, his family opposed. But in that moment, victory felt near. Leaving, I smirked inwardly. Revenge tasted sweet. Yet his parting words haunted. "Marry me." Could I trust this? The final revenge brewed in the boardroom showdown, the chaebol headquarters buzzing with tension. I arrived, poised, my inheritance's shares giving me leverage. Ji-hoon sat at the head, conflicted as I presented evidence. Minji's embezzlement, exposed through my investigators. Gasps echoed as documents projected, her evil schemes laid bare. She burst in, screeching denials, but the board turned. "You're out," Ji-hoon declared coldly. She lunged at me, but security intervened. I stood tall, delivering the power move, proposing a merger under my control. Votes swung my way, his empire now mine to influence. Post-meeting, in his office overlooking Gangnam, Ji-hoon confronted me. Was this all revenge? I nodded, but softened. And love? We embraced, the kiss reigniting passion. But Minji's final slap came via a leaked video, our past humiliation remixed. Public backlash hit, but my pregnancy announcement turned tides, sympathy surging. At a press conference in a luxury hotel, I revealed all, smirking as stocks soared. Ji-hoon stood beside me, united. Yet as we drove to the Han River in his car, doubts whispered. Was peace possible? Night fell, his hand on mine. But my phone buzzed, an anonymous threat. Who was behind it? Unraveling the threat led to his evil stepmother, hidden in the family mansion, plotting against us. We confronted her in the grand hall, rain lashing windows. "You ruined my son's future," she spat. But I revealed my bloodline's ties, shares she couldn't touch. Ji-hoon disowned her influence, the will reading from my grandmother sealing her fate, lost assets. She collapsed in defeat as lawyers arrived. Victory surged through me, my power move complete. We left hand in hand, the storm clearing. In our new life, the penthouse became home, our baby arriving amid joy. Itaewon nights turned romantic, Han River walks peaceful. Ji-hoon's ruthlessness softened, devoted now. Min-ji faded into obscurity, her schemes broken. As I stood on the balcony, baby in arms, he wrapped around us. Forever, he whispered. I smirked, victorious, from humiliation to queen. But that late-night call echoed as a turning point, breaking me only to rebuild stronger. Life's drama ended in triumph.